In the turbulent waters of global geopolitics, the most significant shifts often happen quietly. On the Eritrean coast, the United Arab Emirates is methodically dismantling its military base in the port of Assab. This move marks a profound change in the Red Sea's strategic landscape, a vital artery for global trade and regional competition. For years, Assab symbolized the UAE's military ambitions, enabling power projection into Yemen and beyond. Now, its careful deconstruction signals a pivot, away from costly interventions toward a more agile, economically driven foreign policy. The implications are vast, affecting Eritrea, Ethiopia, and global powers from Saudi Arabia to the US. The UAE's recalibration is a response to shifting priorities, the Yemen war's evolution, economic pressures, and rising regional tensions. The story of Assab is one of adaptation, a nation moving its chess pieces in a rapidly changing game. The clearest evidence of the UAE's withdrawal comes from satellites, not press releases. High-resolution images from 2023 to 2025 show empty hangars, dismantled structures, and military hardware being shipped out. The once busy airbase and port now resemble a ghost town, with the UAE's tanks and helicopters methodically removed. Air and naval activity has plummeted. The base is being decommissioned, not abandoned in haste. Satellite imagery cuts through diplomatic ambiguity, confirming the UAE's shift is real and irreversible. The story is written in empty tarmacs and departing cargo ships, a visible end to a major military chapter. To grasp the significance of the UAE's exit, we must understand why Assab was so crucial. When the Yemen war began, Assab's proximity offered the UAE a secure launchpad for air, sea, and land operations. The UAE transformed the port into a state-of-the-art military hub, supporting everything from drone strikes to naval blockades. Assab became the engine room of the UAE's war effort, giving it an operational edge and cementing its reputation as a rising military power. Building and running such a base was a bold statement of ambition. But as the Yemen conflict changed, so did the base's relevance. Its dismantling marks the end of an interventionist era and the start of a more calculated strategy. The UAE's pivot from Assab was gradual, not abrupt. The first hints came in 2019, as the UAE reduced its combat role in Yemen and shifted to supporting local partners. With fewer troops in Yemen, the need for a massive forward base faded. Activity at Assab slowed. Fewer flights, less naval patrol, and halted construction. The base's role shifted from warfighting to passive support, and controversially, to detention. As the UAE broadened its foreign policy beyond Yemen, the base became less central. These early signs reflected a nation recalibrating its strategy for a more flexible, sustainable approach. The drawdown was as much political as logistical, a clear signal of changing priorities. The UAE's decision to scale back in Assab stems from multiple factors. The Yemen war's evolution reduced the need for a large expeditionary base. Economic realities, high costs, and shifting priorities in a post-oil world made the base less justifiable. The UAE's grand strategy is evolving, from direct intervention to economic statecraft and agile partnerships. Instead of a single, vulnerable base, Abu Dhabi now favors a network of port agreements and alliances. Risk management also played a role. Assab brought diplomatic headaches and exposure to regional tensions. Rising threats closer to home made homeland defense a higher priority. The drawdown is a calculated move to reduce costs, risks, and overextension. The UAE's departure leaves Eritrea with a modern deep-water port and airfield, an asset of immense value. Eritrea now faces a pivotal choice: seek a new foreign partner, repurpose the base for national use, or adopt a multi-user model. Leasing to another power, Russia, China, or regional rivals, could bring revenue but risks sovereignty and entanglement. Using the base for Eritrea's own military or commercial ambitions would boost independence but require major investment. A multi-user approach could balance revenue and autonomy, positioning Eritrea as a neutral service provider. Each path carries challenges, from diplomatic balancing to operational complexity. The future of Assab will shape Eritrea's economy and the region's power dynamics. What Asmara decides next will echo far beyond its borders. The UAE's exit from Assab sends shockwaves across the Red Sea, reshaping regional competition. Every major player is recalibrating. The vacancy creates both a vacuum and an opportunity. For Ethiopia, Assab is a potential lifeline to the sea, but also a flashpoint with Eritrea. Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Turkey, and others are adjusting their strategies, wary of new rivals gaining a foothold. Global powers like the US and Europe want stability and worry about Russian or Chinese influence. The UAE's withdrawal complicates rather than clarifies the security picture. The future of Assab is now a prize in a high-stakes contest for influence. The next chapter will define the Red Sea's balance of power. The UAE's dismantling of its Assab base is not a retreat, but a strategic recalibration. It's a pivot from heavy military footprints to agile, economically driven, and technologically advanced influence. The UAE is shifting from direct intervention to building networks, leveraging investment, and using smart power. By shedding Assab, Abu Dhabi frees resources for a broader, more flexible approach. The fate of the base itself will signal the region's next moves: nationalization, new leases, or shared use. The UAE's story in Assab is a lesson in adaptation. Power is about flexibility, not just presence. The quiet withdrawal marks not an end, but the start of a new, more complex game for control in the Red Sea.